Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, using the Gilded Tarot Royale by Ciro Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. There's the box if you want to see it, and I know the website's here. I think it's at the bottom. If I could read it. Llewellyn, I think. Llewellyn.com. There's a couple other socials there if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Barbara, Flavia, and Lisbeth. There, you get their full names on there. That way, if you want to see how they're spelt. And then there's website for them, a couple websites actually. She Who Is Art is what pops out to me, but if anything else there, makes you interested, go ahead and go for it, of course. And finally, the dice I'm using, most of them come from the dice shop, I think. mathartfun.com, and then there's this Tom Anders. I have a 21-sided dice, which does omit the Fool, but that's what I use for the major arcana, and then I got a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana and a 4-sided dice for the element of the minor arcana. And there's the information if you want it. There's also this part. I almost forgot to show that. If that's something you're interested in, if you want to use that, go ahead and use that if you want to follow that down. All right. And with that being said, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again, and over to your reading. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for when you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? That Wheel of Fortune right off the bat, which I don't think Aquarius is too upset about that usually. But it's coming right in with the Three of Swords. So let's see what happens here. I am feeling like there's a little bump we have to get through. This bump is actually going to turn out to be something really good for you, but we got to get there first. Okay, so it's starting right off with that. Wheel of Fortune is turning here, and it's leading to a Three of Swords moment. Something is going left field. I don't think this is completely out of the realm of possibility. So whenever this happens, it's kind of like, I knew if the right circumstances happened, I would be disappointed. And it looks like those right circumstances have happened. So it's just one of those things where whatever's happened has happened. It's not going to hold you down for long. Can we get like a little bit more about why this is showing up? Because it's I feel like somebody else. It's more than likely a somebody else. It's just something's going a direction. Maybe it's somebody isn't feeling very well or having some issues with health. And there's only so much you can do. Assuming you're just a run-of-the-mill person, you're probably not, somebody who can fix their medical needs. Maybe you could help. Maybe you can get some research. Maybe you can try to figure things out a little bit. But you can't literally fix it. You can't help them take the pills. Well, maybe, but you know what I mean? You can't choose the pills they're going to take. You can't put them through the whatever they have to do to make it better. I feel like this is part of like the wheel turning and the Three of Swords showing up. I want to find a way out of this. I don't think I'm mad at anybody, by the way. I'm not seeing that energy here. I'm seeing like it's just circumstances are playing out, and I'm just like, I'd like to have more control. I'd like to be able to do more, but in this realm, so it's kind of like if you, for example, if you were an engineer or a carpenter or an architect or whatever, the medical world would not be your jam. So this doesn't have to be about somebody having medical problems, but whatever's going on, it's kind of like whatever problem this is going on here, like I can't fix it myself. That's not my area of expertise. It's just not. Random moment coming in. Now, I feel like I've been very hopeful. I've been thinking, this could go a few different ways, and we have a few different options going forward, and that's good. But it's like when this moment comes in, it's like this is left field. This was like, I mean, I knew that was a possibility, but I was really hoping that wasn't going to be a problem because I don't really have a plan for that would make sense. Nobody's giving up here, by the way. In case that's a worry, I don't see anybody giving up. I see people holding their ground. I see a lot of support with this. You're probably not the only person who is trying to help this forward. There's a lot of care here. There's a lot of concern here. And I do see this blossoming abundance. Like this situation, this is not going to drown it. This is not going to ground it. This is not going to finish it off. I don't see that happening here. But I do see like they're warning, like, be careful not to get too caught up in your thoughts, because when this random moment happens, it could throw you right off kilter. And it's like I can see a lot of bad things going a lot of different ways, and I feel like I might fearmonger myself. Be careful you don't do that to yourself. Or other people might have that fearmonger moment, and for some reason it might just kind of grab you with all these different ways things could go wrong. Pull yourself back if you can. This might be one of those heavy situations where that's really hard to do, but I don't see this getting continually worse. I see this bump, and then we have to regroup and keep going is what I'm getting, because again, you got the blossoming abundance. I don't think this is going to sink the ship. There is an energy around the situation where other people are having a hard time not going to this level of devastation. I want to say that other people are looking at it like there's going to be a destination of devastation. I think that's it, because both of those words wanted to come out at once. This is around it. This is other people's opinion. I don't think that's what's going to happen here. I don't see that going on here. But I feel like other people might be like, oh, it's just the beginning of the end. I don't know what we need to do with that just yet, but you seem to be standing here kind of like there are bits and pieces of this that make sense that are more stable. Your first step after this random moment, hopefully, you probably are already doing this, but is to find those little pieces that aren't going anywhere. Those little pieces we can stand on. They're like, all right, this is going to stay here. There's not a lot here, but there's some little spots we can stand on. We know this is true. We know that is true. We know this is happening. We know so-and-so is still breathing. We know the doctor is still invested. We know we still have opportunities. So it's kind of like we're holding on to the small pieces, and we're just holding on to the positive things we still have. Okay. Again, it doesn't have to be a medical thing, but for some reason it just keeps coming out that way, so I'm going with that analogy. The next phase forward, I don't think we can wait too long on the next phase. It seems like it comes in fairly quickly. For your happiness, I'm going to roll the dice on this just to be sure. 4 of Cups, the Strength card. The Strength card. We're just going to say the Strength card. Because I feel like it comes in both elements. So, there's an opportunity coming in. The Lover's card comes in, which is actually a good card, a very good card. Whatever this is, there's a moment of reprieve. But with that 4 of Cups and the Strength card, I've said this before, I don't know if I'm going to say it right this time, but when people are very intelligent, and Aquarius is usually very intelligent, it's hard, like if you paint yourself into a corner, it's hard to get out of that corner because you have so much fortifying you into that corner, and only you can get yourself out. Especially, like, Aquarius is the leader of error. That's a lot of intellect. If you painted yourself into a corner, it's really hard to get out of it. Like, I feel like for those of you that makes sense with, you're gonna know what I mean. Like, nobody can convince you of something because you can see an angle that they're not thinking of. You know what I mean? So it's like you'll always see an angle where, nope, this is where it is. Nope, this is where it's going. Like, be careful of that. Give this a chance to actually improve, because I feel like it is going to improve. I feel like you're also seeing like, yeah, but I don't think we're out of the woods. And you're correct, you're not. But I do feel like you will get better view of what you have going in front of you soon. And until you get that better view, it's hard to have that positive outlook, if you will. there's also that need to like just ignore it and detach. Like there's only so much I can do. I'll be there for that person. I'll talk to them. I'll support them where I can. But I just gotta. I don't want to think about it too much because I'm not really sure there's a lot of hope here. So if that makes sense, that's not going to help you either. What they're saying to actually help you feel stronger, and especially because Aquarians are typically quite smart, your intellect can help in this situation. They're saying actually get more invested. Get more invested. I'm getting with this Nine of Cups. You have something to add to this situation. The way you view things, even if this isn't your forte, like this isn't your whatever, this isn't what you do, whatever this is, it doesn't have to be a medical thing again. But if you're going down that road, say you're not a medical anything, but like, and you're like, I don't really know what I can add here. You can research things, and when you say certain things, it's sometimes the way a Aquarius says things, it kind of triggers other people. Like, that's a different way to look at that, because the way you say something to you, it might be just like I'm just blurting out a fact. Other people are like, that's a different way to look at that. It makes sense. You're going to be more in the know. You're going to know what's coming forward. It's kind of like we have to get to a better point in this trip. Like it's like there has to be this place down the lane as we keep going through this forest where it kind of clears out. We end up in a field and we can kind of see where we are a little better. That's coming down the road a little more. Your intellect, the way you add into this is very helpful. Even if this is not your forte, I'm like, you really do make an impact here. Ironically, you may not realize the impact you're actually making, which is ironic because Aquarius, again, very smart, but it's like you're having a positive effect. You are stabilizing the situation too. When you stay connected, it gets other people to stay connected too. I feel like when you keep pushing forward, other people stay more bound to the situation. I got the Hierophant coming in, and I got the Queen of Cups coming in. There's a very heartfelt feeling. People want to have hope, and with you, in your energy, when you keep fighting, and if you have that positive energy going forward as realistically as you can, people believe in you because of your intellect. They believe that you know what's going on. They believe that you see something that they don't. You don't want to over-explain it to them. But like, as long as you seem to believe to, at least if you seem to believe in it, other people want to believe too. Kind of like, well, Aquarius is pretty good. They're pretty on the ball. So if they believe in something here, maybe I can believe in something here too. You got the Queen of Cups showing up again. I see at the end here. Whatever this is, it's going to take more work, and there will still be battles ahead. We got to get farther down the road to see what's really going to go on here. But there's more work needed. There's better things coming, but there will still be battles ahead. That still seems to be happening. I do feel like this optimistic outlook can make things better. People are very bound to this situation. They want to be hopeful. The outcome here is the World. I'm getting within 3 to 4 months, you're going to see what that next phase is going to be. Within 3 to 4 months at the very latest. That's kind of like you're clearing, kind of like we're going up on this mountain. There's no trees. That's a clearing. It's a grassy clearing. We can see out among the valley. We can see what's actually in front of us. Is this going to be okay? Is this not going to be okay? We have to get to that point before we know what the world is going to hand us. Because when you get there, you're going to know. I feel like you're going to pretty much know how this is going to turn out, but you're not going to know till you get there. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.